Okay, so let's start with Storyboard Pro. So here in digital storyboarding, we will be using Storyboard Pro as our official software. So let's start. Initially, Storyboard Pro, just like TOONBOOM Harmony, will be looking for a directory drive or directory folder. Now, that is where your files are going to be automatically saved or saved, and also at the same time, not only files but the future assets that you will use will also be there. Okay, so gawin natin, right click, let's create a new folder. Pangalan natin, kunyari my subject 01, that's digital storyboarding. This is going to be my term folder. So this means lahat ng gagawin nating plates, it is going to be in this term folder. Let's say Harold underscore, and I'll send, yeah. So I'll just place it here on the desktop muna so that you can clearly see it. I mean, for immediate access. Then I will run Storyboard Pro. I think the version now is 7.2. That's the latest, for the updates. Then, tatanungin niya tayo dito. Oh, where's the folder? Click ko ito. I'll go to my desktop. Then, I will choose this. Ito yun. Siya. So, I'll just select folder. Yeah. And then, from here, I will name, for example, the file. Plate 02 underscore. Let's say, that's my name ulit, Harold. Yeah, that's it. Let's create the project. So this project, it can be a sequence, it can be a scene, no? Pero the important thing is, it is automatically saved in a directory na. Meron na siyang, kumbaga, you can consider that as the main project folder, and then ito na lamang ay mga scene files or sequence files. I'll go to file and save it. Save. That's the first step. Pagkatapos niya magbukas, save it. Why? Kasi, as you can see, if I will now access, let me just access back to my folder here, ayan na siya. Kasave na. Diba? So, pwede kong i-double click ngayon to, and then I will now see, ito na siya. This is our main file icon. Yan. So, ibig sabihin yan, class, if I am to create a new file, or let's say, I'm opening Storyboard, file, new, I will just again access the same folder. Dito, I'll access the same main folder, select it. Now, let's say I will name it this time, plate 03 underscore, still using my same name. That's it. Create. It's creating a new one, and then I'll do a file save. Okay, so I'll access it again. Pakita ko lang sa inyo how the file manages how the app manages our files. Ayun, so it is actually creating a folder file wherein it is located. So this means wag kayong magsisave as sa loob ng folder na ito for duplicates or copies. No, it is better off that you create folders for it. Okay? Ayan. So let me just, now, kung tatanungin nyo ko, sir, may auto backup ba siya? The auto backup is here. Ito, itong ano na to, ang tawag dito. Isa dito sa mga to later on. Kung ano dyan yung pinaka auto backup, I'll show you, later on. Pero it is also located here. Kasi hindi pa pala tayo matagal nagka-create ng file. Okay. So let me just reopen. File, open recent, my plate 02. Because we already had our first plate, di ba? Now it's time for our plate 02. Now, pagka bukas natin ng Storyboard Pro, initially, what you will see is a similar or almost a similar layout to TOONBOOM's Harmony, yung sister software niya, Harmony. And also, yung kanyang mga related software such as Adobe Anime. Meron kang tool bar on the left side, and then you have under here the animation, but may difference yan. And then sa right side are the tools properties panel. Yan. And if ever you will need another tab sa mga tabs na ito, you can just press this plus, which we will access later on as we progress in our lessons. Okay? For now, today, what we will be using, or what I'll be introducing you mainly, is the drawing tools. After the drawing tools, the simple animation or intro to the animation functions ng ating Storyboard Pro. So let's start. Ito si brush, we only need here a simple brush, but there are textured brushes here, whichever you will prefer, no? Okay. Next, after that, let's say I have chosen this texture brush and this airbrush marker, and then let's say ang size ko, gawin ko lang mga 35 for the size. Oops, still too big. Mga 25. That's fine with me. Ayan. So here in Storyboard Pro, our brushes are actually vectors. So when you select that, and then you go to your, this is the select tool, and then you go to your contour editor, you could actually edit them, well, with certain limitations, syempre. Pero that's the brush. Pag pencil, it is more of vectors pa rin, but it is more linear. Let's say kapalan ko yung line, let's say gawin natin mga 25, the same size as our brush, and then center line smoothening, that is, for example, magka-curve ka, no? So medyo hirap ka mag-curve. If you increase the center line smoothening, let's say mga 25, then as I curve it, and it is having its auto corrections on your curve, let's say mga 50, and to be a bit more obvious, so it is correcting some point or at some level, it is correcting your work. Yan si center line. Yung ating 100. Diba? So it starts to do that. Okay? So yan si center line smoothening ninyo. So again, I can select, this is a pencil So the difference between a brush, pag tinignan nyo si brush, brushes are fills. So it is, or there is a vector line outside, and then, or a vector shape, and then it is being filled out by the brush. Samantalang si pencil, these are all pencil strokes. Pencil is actually a path, but it was stroked. Yan. So yan yung difference nila. Okay? You can also treat it as a path, katulad sa Photoshop or Illustrator, or even in Harmony. So you can correct it. So yan ang ating dalawang main tools, no, that we do or use here. Pwede ko ba siyang linisin? Just like Harmony, yes. You can hold letter T for TOONBOOM, no, in your keyboard, and hold letter T, and then you just drag along those portions that you would like to clean up. So it starts to get cleaned. Holding T, or we call it the trim shortcut. Ayan siya. I can press Ctrl A, delete them, and we're done. Diba? Now, okay, so let's go back here, tools properties, brushes, so we can set our color. So pwede tayo mag-set. And we can immediately draw here with color. Now, unlike kasi sa harmony, you have a separate layer which we call the arc layers. Here, the layers are a bit more, or the layers are straightforward, just like in Photoshop. It is directly as one layer. Okay, so it is applicable with color and with line art. Pwede na siya. Okay, that is how layers are oriented here. Pero, laging may pero, there is a different function din si layers natin. Okay, then if you draw on a layer, let's say we're going to draw a simple character structure dito. Drawing on a layer, that's our background layer. So after we've drawn that, makikita nyo there are different types of layers here. May bitmap and vector. Bit for image layers, or if you want a bitmap layer, it will be rendered as brushes only. Ayan. So usually they use that for certain backgrounds, for making more backgrounds, as per as per common knowledge, and also for importing images. Pwede yun. Later we will be using images, no, for assets. Okay, so let's say we have this. Sir, paano yan, let's say, paano yan i-edit? You can edit it by simply moving. The select tool allows you to do that. Now, pansinin natin, after that we have done the drawings, familiar na tayo doon, drawing tools. We have the tools properties here. I would like you to access the panel. Ayan, panel. Kasi, here, in our animation timeline, here, we are not really seeing frames. We are seeing panels. Yeah. And whenever you create a panel, by default, when you open the file, you have one panel. And that panel has a duration of 24 frames or 1 second. Yan, 1 second yung place value na yan. Okay. So, ganun siya. So, ibig sabihin nun, whenever you have a panel, that is automatically 24 frames. 24 frames. Okay? And remember, sir, panel yan. Yes, but parang ang laki ng preview. Kasi, itong panel na to, it is within a scene. Yan. So, this means, this white portion that you are seeing, that is the panel. And then this gray frame that you are seeing, that is your scene. So, if I am to create another panel here outside, kunyari, dito ako sa labas, magke-create ako ng panel, I can create a panel just by pressing letter P. Ayun. So, this is a new panel. But since it is now on a separate gray frame, it is now your scene 2. So, please be mindful of that. Lalo na kapag gagawa na tayo in accordance to a certain script. Okay? So, ayan ha. So, that means, sir, I can create multiple panels inside one scene. Yes. Pwede kong ilagay lamang siya dito. And then, I can press letter P. Oops, sorry. Here. And then I can click new panel. And then nandoon na sila. Magkasama sila. Ayan, diba? They are in scene 1, panel 1. And then if I move the track needle, scene 2, panel 2. I can create another by pressing letter P. And then as you can see, ayan. They are there. Diba? Ayan. So, let's say, mag-animate ako. So, you can animate here two ways. One is by panel. So let me just remove those panels. I can just right click and I can delete panels. Right? I can select this, delete that. Yan. So let's say mag-animate ako ng isang simpleng movement. Okay? Let me just select this, delete. Let's say on this layer, animate ako. I would like to do a simple walk cycle. Simple lang. So that means walk cycle, these are keyframes. And that's what we do in our storyboard. Keyframes lang naman. So walk cycle natin, if you still remember, how many? 5 keyframes. Diba? Sa lecture natin. We only have 5 keyframes. So ang gagawin ko, I'll choose the brush. And then si brush, no? So let's say I will use a mid-quarter shot. So pag sinabi nating mga mid-quarter shot, let me just go to the tools, properties. I want a black colored brush. Yan, okay na yan. So let's say mid-quarter shot, and then nandito siya sa left side of the screen or right side of the screen, screen right. So I will just start here. Pagka sinabi nating side view, mid quarter. So pag sinabi nating mid quarter, half body ang mid, pero we have a lower quarter, so that means siguro in the middle, or at least the whole upper leg is seen in the frame to indicate walk. So let's say yan siya. Yeah, so I'm just using a simple brush. So this is the contact pose, pose number 1. Please be mindful, I am just using a simple brush, and yeah, let's say na this is going to be the hind part, yung may mga shade. Ayan siya, hind part. May mali. Sorry. Ayan. Erase. Si eraser. Ayun na, diba? Okay. And then brush. Ayan. Sorry about that. So this is our hind part. So that means that's the right of the character. Right arm, right leg. Those are the hind parts. And then the fore parts, or nasa frontal part, yung ating left appendages niya. Okay, so that's panel 1. Okay, now panel 2, I'll just press hover here, letter P. So now, punta ako kay panel 2. Paano ko makikita yun, sir? Gawin natin, I can turn on this onion skin. So yan si onion skin natin. I can now see that. And I am in a new layer. So whenever you create a new panel, it creates new set of layers then. New set of layers, ha? Ayan. Okay. So in this panel, let's say, ang next pose natin is a down pose. Diba? So, I'll do that. I'll go down here. Da-down ko siya ng konti. Exaggerate lang. Ayan. Along with the body. Down pose. Diba? And then, when it is on down pose, the legs are a bit more open or straddled. Search natin ang straddle niya. And then, yung kanyang arms, they are a bit more wider in angle. So, pwede kong, yeah, almost the same position, pero it's a bit wider yung angle from the body. So, it's a bit away from the body. Same case, or same development with our other arm, or the hind arm. So there. So when we travel this, that's the down Pagkatapos nun, I would like to zoom out ng konti. Ayan. This is the zooming in, zooming out, di ba? Parang kay Adobe Premiere or kay Adobe Animate, even kay Harmony. So, next frame, letter P. Sorry, next panel, letter P. Sir, paano yun? Gusto ko pa rin makita yung previous frame ko. But I think my, what you call this? I think my onion skin is limited. You can adjust it. Ayan o. I want to see to previous panel. Ayan. Diba? So, now what is the next pose? Contact, down, and then we have the up. Up ba? No. It is going up, pero this is going to be the passing pose. So, passing pose, body is a bit higher, going up. Bakit siya nag-going up, sir? Because the foreleg or yung foreground leg natin, it is now straight. And then, the hind leg is starting to go forward. So, it is passing. No? It is passing the other leg. And the arms, they are at the center. Yan. So, nandito na siya. I can erase that portion para ma-express natin yung arms clearly. Brushing it. Diba? So, that's the arm. And then, slightly, the other arm, hindi ko napapakita muna yung arm sa other side because it is also passing by the body. So, brush, brush, brush. That's it. Brush. Okay. That's it. Diba? Then, letter P. The up pose. Up pose tayo. Let's go up. This is the highest point of our pose. And then again, if you want to adjust, diba? If you want to adjust and adjust your onion skin, it is still possible. So, ito. Here. Diba? So, we have that here. So, the up pose, you can indicate here that the hips, the foreground leg is now starting to be left behind, and then the upper leg, the hind leg and the hind arms are starting to change positions. So, napupunta na sa likod, hind arm, and then ito, see, foreground arm starting to go at the front. Diba? That's it. So it is. And to complete the half cycle, another P for panel. Let's say, paano yun, sir? See, half cycle, as per our discussions noon, it is just the same contact pose. Diba? Let me turn off my onion skin. It's just the same contact pose. So, what do I do instead? Excuse me. So, pwede kong I can do this. Pwede ko itong i-select and I can copy. And then I can go here and I can paste that. Pwede kong gawin yun. Pero let me delete that. And then let me also delete the panel. Delete. Ayan. I can click the first panel right click, and I can duplicate the panel. Pag dinuplicate mo, sir, magkasunod na yan. Yes. I can now drag this panel and reposition it to the last. I am just holding click and drag to the position or order, and nandoon na siya. And with the help of my onion skin, I can now select this and move it forward, holding shift para straight, let's say that way. Ayun, simple as that. Paano to? Ano gagawin natin? We apply the eraser, diba? So this is going to be, oops, sorry, yan. And then as a little redrawing na lang, diba? So this is going to be the one to be shaded na yan. And this going to be connected here. Ayan. And then dito, this is going to be here. And let's erase those shadings. Sorry. I thought mali yung ginagawa. Sorry, yeah. Napagano'n akong expression. Ayan. Iyan. Diba? Let's erase the other part. Ayan. Ayan siya. Diba? So now that's my, oops, I am on here. So that is now my last half of the step panel. If I am going to play that, play ko siya, let me just click this. That is play panel, play all. So ito yun, class, ha. This is the play all. Ayan na siya. Okay, mamaya ko i-explain si play selection or panel, ha. Ayan to. So, pine-play ko siya. Let me turn off the onion skin. As I play it, bagal naman. Bakit? Kasi nga, every panel is given a 24 frame duration, or ibig sabihin, every panel now is 1 second. Hindi naman ganyan maglakad. Diba? As per sa timing natin sa walk cycle, ano ba timing natin sa walk cycle? Ilang frames kada, kung may nakakaalala pa, how many frames per pose? How many frames of in-betweens? Diba? So now we will access this. Si panel tab natin. Yan, diba? Ito yung sinabi ko kanina. Every panel has a 24 frame duration. Paano kung gusto kong palitan? So I can easily select a panel. Let's say yan. And then, pwede kong i-type in dito kung ilan. Gawin ko yan, every panel, gusto ko, dito, mga lang siya, 0, 4 frames of exposure. And then, tatanggalin ko itong 1. Siyempre, gagawin ko yan 0. So, iiksi siyang ganun. That's it. Kaya lang sir, iisahin ko, isa-isa. Yes, pwede isa-isa. Diba? Pwede naman. Or pwedeng sabay-sabay. I can select this, hold shift, and select the rest. O, diba? Sabay-sabay sila. Pero I prefer to do this way. So, select ko to, yung dulo, holding shift, and I'll select the front one or the first one. Yan, paatras. Ganun ang selection ko. Select the last, hold shift, select the first. O, tapos, doon sa ating keyboard, merong minus and plus sign. Diba? And then from there, sa minus and plus sign, pwede na natin siyang mabawasan ng frame. Pero teka lang, I have inserted this. Tatanggalin ko pa rin ito sa aking panel 1. And si panel 1, meron pa nung extra 4 frames. Sorry. Ayan. So now, ito na siya. Ayan, lahat sila, 1 frame, 1 second na. So again, I'll select the last. I'll hold shift. I'll select this, the first one. And then doon sa ating keyboard, as I was saying, meron tayong plus and minus sign. Si minus, doon tayo kay minus. We will press the minus sign and nakikita ninyo na babawasan ang kanyang frame numbers. So as I've said, sa mga 4, yan, 4 frame duration. Ayun. So now when I play this animation, ayun, diba? Ayan na siya. So it's just previewing. Ito kasi, this is the frame size natin. And then this is our safe frame. So that means yung mapapansin ng tao, ng viewer, mostly within this frame. Pero this is our screen size. So this is the safe area, the safe zone or safe frame area natin. Ayan. So playing. Diba? So that's how it is. So that's one way of animating here. Sir, parang di ko na makita yung preview. Oh, you can enlarge it here naman. Diba? You can enlarge it there. Huwag kayo mag-alala, even though it is enlarged by zooming, diba? Still, the timing is the same. Yung duration niya. Okay, so that's one way of animating. Animating it by panel. Okay. E paano, sir, kung ano? If I need to animate it by layers. Yeah. Layer animation lang. Paano ba yun? When does layer animation happens? Panning. Twinning. Ganon. Paano kung ang movement lang ng character ay, or ang movement lang ng scene ay nagpapan lang tayo or nagtitilt lang tayo ng backgrounds or nung character mismo. Character just needs to slide over, for example. So how is that? So gawa tayo ng bagong scene. So we can create it here. Paano gumawa ng bagong scene? Click mo lang yan. And then, let's press P. Ayan na. Meron ka ng scene 2 and you are on panel 1. And you have a new set of layer. Diba? Now, let's say dito naman sa scene na ito, I will create a simple background. Background lang, simple lang. Okay, so sagawa tayo ng isang simpleng view. Let's say yung view natin ay sige, gawa tayo ng simpleng gagawa ako skyline view. Skyline yan, yung may mga buildings, di ba? Tignan nyo yung Manila skyline pag sinabi. Usually, it is shot doon kay Roas Boulevard. Yung ginagawang Manila Bay Sands. Di ba? Yung gagawing sinag. Ganda nun, ano? Anyways, let's have this. Yan siya. So let us have this simple scene. Yan lang naman. Oops. Yan. Makatumumba yung building. And I am overlapping my scene. Let's add some small details lang. Just to be understood. Kunyari, by the background artist na gagawa ka ng isang set of skyscrapers with this much detail. Say that. Tapos, let's say, oops, ito pa pala siya. Diba? Yeah. Then, let's say, zoom out ako ng konti. Then, zooming out. Bakit, sir? O, kasi gagawa tayo ng konting duplication lang. Copy. Pasting it. Holding shift. Moving it to the side. Control V. Holding shift. Moving to the side. Space bar to drag. So, yung mga navigation, it has similarities with Photoshop and Harmony. So, I'll just transform, flip this horizontally, at pagkatapos niyan, the thing I'll add, let's say, magdadagdag lamang ako dito ng tatsulok. Kumaga, I'll just add, yan, something to have a different feel. No, let's say dito, magkakaroon ng funnels or antennae. Okay, so ganyan, Yan, let's have those things. And, on to the other side, let's say, baka maisipan ni Direk. Sabihin ni Direk sa'yo, gusto ko ibang direction. So, at least, left and right, meron siyang options. And I will lower this portion, kunyari. And I will add, hindi ko pa naka-customize yung shortcuts nito. So, kaya ako dumidirect ng click. I will add some other details just to express, medyo mabago lamang siya. No? Yan. Kasi nga, we're just going to pan this. Yun. Ito na siya. So, we have zooming out. So, sir, ayan yung buong scene mo. Yep. Sorry, buong layer drawing mo. Yes. That's it. Now, how do we animate this? Ay, pag i-animate natin siya, yung buong scene na ito, tingnan ninyo si layer. Ayan. Sa layer natin, class, meron kayong makikita dyan. Merong taong nakatayo. Ayan. So, that means this is just, this is a non-animated layer. Wala siyang animation. To simply put. Pag kinlik ko ngayon yan, makikita ninyo, tumatakbo na yung tao. And then, mapupuna din ninyo, there is now a keyframe here. Diba? Let me turn that off. Sasabihin niya, if you turn this off, you will clear the keyframes. Okay. That's it. Yeah. So, ang gagawin ko is this. Gagawin ko siya ganyan. Dito, ayoko kasing ilagay dun eh. Pero pwede ba yun, sir? If I turn it on, nagkaroon ako ng keyframe dyan. Can I move the keyframe? Select natin. Ayan, we can move. Kasi alam naman natin, class, that the keyframe indicates the start of the movement. Ayan. Saan ba mag-move? Let's say it's going to screen right. So, it's going to pan right. Right? So, I will just hold, then, sasabihin natin na it is going to happen, usog naman natin, huwag naman yung paglipat ng panel, kaagad paglipat ng scene, gumagalaw na agad. Let's say, meron tayong konting freeze from that point, and then, pupunta tayo dito, sa last frame. That's where it's going to stop moving. Yan. Okay. Na siyang i-drawing, now it's time to animate it. To animate it, ayan, ang gagawin ko is this. So, to animate, ita-turn on ko ito. So, this means the layer is going to be animated. Pagka kasi naka-stop, walang animation yung layer. Click ko yon. Ayan. At pagkatapos nun, that means this is going to have this, ayun, nakita niyo, this layer now has a keyframe. Excuse me, may keyframe na siya. Okay, now alam naman natin, the animation is just going to pan, diba? The animation is just going to pan here. So what do we do? I-click natin ito. Remember, this is a selection tool. This is our animation or move tool. Yan. Diba? And then, let me just select it, holding shift, and then itadrag ko siya. Sorry, I forgot. I-move ko ngayon to sa last part ng layer. Yan. So, eto si keyframe 1, starting position, and then pupunta ako dito sa end position. I will now move it. Ayun. Nakikita nyo yun? May rubber band tayong lumalabas. It's almost like yung ating time chart. Iksian lang natin. Huwag natin bilisan masyado yung animation. Ayan. Yan. So, if I select that, lalabas itong ating time chart. Ito siya. Time chart. Control C. Ano gagawa niyang time chart na yan, sir? Well, mamaya, mas ma-appreciate nyo siya if we're going to add character. Pero now, as you can see, our scene is animating. Back here, I'm going to play, pagka ito ang pinlay natin, now I'll explain this. Kapag ito ang pinlay natin, that's your whole scene or all of your scene plays. Pero kapag ito ang pinlay natin, if we are within a selection, play siya. Pero if we put it here, yan. So yun lang ang ipe-play niya. Kasi nandito tayo sa selection ni scene 2. Ayan. So ayun, ano, ipe-play siya doon. Next, sir, paano kung dadagdagan ko ng character? O didagdagan natin. Let's say, zoom in tayo ng konti sa scene. Zooming in. Pwede ko munang iliitan ito. Ayan. Zooming in. So, ang gagawin ko ngayon is this. I will just add a new layer. And do not worry, whenever we add a new layer, it doesn't affect any of the scene. Wala naman. No? Doesn't affect the other layers. Basta sila, their animation are kept. Their images are kept. Okay na yun. So now, dito, I will just draw a character. Simple lang, a simple stick figure kasi it's from afar. Let's say, kakaganyan si character. Naka-running position siya. Yan. So the idea is for the character to be jumping around the buildings as the scene is panning. Diba? That's the simplest idea. So the same procedure. Na i-drawing ko na, sir, yung element, no? Pagkatapos kong ma-drawing yung character na yan, stick figure, I will now turn on my, yan, nagkaroon na rin siya ng keyframe niya. And since nagkaroon na siya ng keyframe niya, I can now use this. Ito si move. Yan. And I would like, ito kasi ang pinaka-center point ng layer. Remember, this is a layer transform tool. Or yung move tool natin, it is more of oriented to the layer. Doon siya nagro-rotate. So, I will just select this and ilalagay ko siya dito sa bandang gitna. Ayan. For the purpose na yung nakita nating rubber band line kanina with our layer background or itong ating layer A, I would like it to be, yan, itong reference line natin, I would like it to be following our character. So, gagawin ko ngayon, let's say, imumove ko to ng mga ilang frames. Nasaan na ba siyang building? Yan. Let's say, pagdating dyan sa building na yan, yeah, from this frame pala. Let's say, ganyan. Gusto ko, nasa taas si character. Yan. So, you will see, ayun siya. Diba? So, nakikita natin yung line of movement. Then, go down here. Saan siya magla-landing na building? Let's say magla-landing siya dito. And you will see nagkakaroon na siya ng arc. Diba? Ganyan. So, pag tinignan natin, if we scrub it, ayun, diba? Tapos, kung gusto kong, sir, medyo gusto kong artehan, yung papalanding niya ng konti, I would like to add some rotation. Pwede naman. Let's say, gaganyan siya. Ayan. Diba? Let's say, ganon. Para, for example, it's an indication to the animator. Remember, you are the storyboard artist, hindi kayo yung animator. It's an indication to the animator na dapat meron siyang konting flip or a somersault or back turn, back flip dyan sa ere. Then let's continue. Tatalon uli siya at this frame, tatalon uli siya. And on this frame, lalanding siya. Oops. Let's say dyan. And ang landing niya nakaganon, nakatiptoe. Nangyari. Diba? So, just trying to review it. Diba? Going here. Let's say, aangat uli siya and siya ay nakaganyan, and sa ating last frame, character has exited the scene. Exit. Bumaon siya sa building. Ganyan natin. That's it. Let's preview the whole panel or that scene, sorry, that scene. Diba? Ayun. Yan. So this is also in duration of 1 second. Pero what if I extended it? Pwede ba? Pwede ko ba silang extend? Look, as you extend it, diba? Same is as our keyframes. So, nag-a-adjust na rin yung ating keyframes. Diba? So, it starts to adjust. Kaya lang, sir, kailangan ko i-adjust yung position niya. Pwede. You can drag it. You can adjust even the positions of our chart. Diba? You can reposition it here. Diba? Diba? So you can reposition that. And as you reposition it, it follows. Sumablay, sir. Usog natin ng konti. Oops. Sorry. Usog natin si character ng konti. Or, ipatong na natin siya dyan. This portion, sir, kailangan ayusin. Di, i-move natin si character ng konti. Tataas ko ito. Oops, nasan siya rito? Bababa ko pala siya, sorry. Ayan. Diba? So that is for your layer animations. So, ganun ha. You can animate panel by panel dito. So, this is the panel by panel. And then, oops. Ka-panel by panel tayo. Bring it back here. So, panel by panel, you can animate. Nakaselect siya, no? Ayan. Let's say select all of it. Ayan. And then let's play. Ayan sila. Bakit? Ayan. Ayan, no? So this is the panel by panel animation. And then, ito naman si layer animation. Okay? So, initially, yan ang ating Storyboard Pro paggamit. So, this is how you will be developing your shot list. If you remember, our plate number 1, shot list, ngayon, ganito natin siya i-visualize. Okay? So, I hope this helps. Thank you.